Hello dear student, welcome to our new session of electrostats. It's your lecture number 12. In this lecture, we'll try to understand how to find electric field due to continuous bodies, or we can say electric field due to continuous charges. As we all know that we'll classified the charge is on two types. One is your point charge, which is represented by a single point. So one is your point charge and second is your extended, or we can say continuous charge. So we'll clarify, or we can say we'll classify charges into two types. One is your point charge and one is your extended charge. And we know that for point charge, if I am writing here for point charge, we know the value of electric field is kq by r square. This is the value of electric field due to point charge, and we know by nature if charge is positive, then at point P electric field is away from the charge, and if we are talking about if charge is negative, then the direction of electric field is towards the charge. This is all about what we'll studied about electric field if we have point charge. But now dear student, let's suppose we have a rod, and we know that rod is basically a continuous body, or we can say a continuous mass. I already tell you different types of continuous body, or we can say continuous mass, and how it is explained as continuous body, or we can say continuous mass. And I'll already discussed about continuous charge, that continuous charge is basically of three types on the basis of physical parameter of continuous body. As we know, physical parameter is of three types. One is length, second is area, and third is volume. On the basis of physical parameter, we'll clarify that charges, or we can say extended charges, or we can say continuous charges is of three types. First is linear charge density, second is surface charge density, and third we'll already discuss is volume charge density. On the basis of that, let's suppose if we have a rod, or we can say if we have a ring, or we can say if we have a disc, or we can say if we have a solid sphere. So we are talking about these types of continuous body. Disc is continuous body, solid sphere is continuous body, similarly ring is continuous body, similarly rod is continuous body. Instead of rod I'll write wire as well. So wire is also a continuous body. So these are basically continuous body, and these bodies depends, these body masses depends on physical parameter. As we know, physical parameter, if I am writing here, physical parameter is of three types. First is your length, second is your area, and third is your volume. So we know that we have three physical parameters. On the basis of these parameters, we'll classified extended mass, or we can say extended body, into three categories. That those body whose mass depends on length, those body whose mass depends on area, those body whose mass depends on volume. As rod carry length, so its mass depends on length. Similarly, if we'll make rod in form of circular shape, then it will be converted into ring. So if rod has physical parameter in terms of length, then ring is also physical parameter in terms of length. Similarly, if I am talking about disc, So disk carry what beta? Area. Hence its mass depends on area. If I take hollow sphere, then hollow sphere is inside hollow sphere, nothing is there. So we'll say hollow sphere is also the continuous body whose mass depends on area. Similarly, solid sphere carry volume. So its mass depends on volume. So what actually basically is this thing that the mass of rod depends on length, the mass of ring depends on length, the mass of hollow sphere depends on area, the mass of disc depends on area, the mass of solid sphere depends on volume. What actually this thing is? If you wish to find small mass, if you wish to find the elementary, see, small means elementary. If you wish to find elementary mass of rod, then you have to find its small length. Why? Because in case of rod, the mass of rod depends on length. So if you wish to find small mass of rod, that is dm, let's suppose we have a rod having length L and mass M. So we'll given total length of rod and total mass of rod. If we wish to find small mass, that is dm of rod, then what we have to do? For finding small mass of rod, that is dm, you have to find its small length, because the mass of rod depends on its length. So if you wish to find small mass of rod, you have to find its small length, because the mass of rod depends on its length. Similarly, dear student, if you wish to find small mass of ring, that is dm, dm is basically small mass of ring. So if you wish to find small mass of ring, now see, if we'll make rod in circular shape, then it is converted into ring, and we know that the mass of rod depends on its length. So if ring is formed with rod, or we can say wire, and the physical parameter of wire is length, then the physical parameter of ring is also length. So if you wish to find small mass of ring, then you have to find again small length of ring, because mass of ring depends on its length. Its mass is present on its length. So if you wish to find small mass of ring, then you have to find its small length. Similarly, if I am talking about disc, see, let's suppose we have a disc of mass capital M, area capital A. So we know that the physical parameter of disc is area. If you wish to find its small mass, that is dm, then its mass is present on its area. So if you wish to find small mass, then you have to find its small area, that is dA. Similarly, if I am talking about solid sphere, so we know that, let's suppose this is a solid sphere of mass capital M and volume capital V. You wish to find its small mass, let's say dm. So we know that the mass of solid sphere depends on its volume. So its mass present on its volume. So if you wish to find small mass, as solid sphere carry volume, so for finding small mass, first you have to find its small volume, that is dV. How this thing is proceed, I'll explain a short. Now let us start more things to understand. Write down the topic electric field due to continuous body. Electric field due to continuous body. Electric field due to continuous body. I hope you all are understanding what actually continuous body is. Electric field due to continuous bodies, or we can say extended bodies. So electric field due to continuous body, or we can say extended body. Now see, we know that electric field due to point charge, it is E is equals to kq by r square. Remember dear student, this formula is only valid if charge is point charge, but we are talking about electric field due to continuous body, and we know that the charge which is present on continuous body is continuous charge, not a point charge. I'll write here in form of note the charge which is present on continuous bodies are continuous charges or extended charges. So dear student, remember, if charge is extended or we can say continuous charge, then we cannot use this formula for finding electric field, because this formula is valid only for point charge. I'll write one more point in note. For extended charge, or we can say continuous charge, we can not use the formula E is equals to kq by r square, as this formula is valid for what, my dear student? Only point charge. This formula is valid only for point charge. Remember this thing, that E is equals to kq by r square is the formula for finding electric field due to point charge at any point P. But we know that if charge is present on rod, or if charge is present on ring, or if charge is present on disc, or if charge is present on solid sphere, then how we'll use this formula? Because this formula is not the formula for extended charge, or we can say the charge which is present on extended body. So we are now learn how to find electric field if charges are present on extended mass, and that charge is called extended charge. So see dear student, let's suppose we have a wire in which charge is present. Let's suppose we have a wire in which charge is present like this. We have a wire in which charge is present, and we know that this is a wire, let's say, and wire is basically continuous body, and the charge which is present on this wire, we know that the physical parameter of wire is length. So if I'll put some charge on this wire, let's say Q, then this charge is distributed uniformly all over the wire. The charge cannot stick at any one point. The charge which is given to wire is extended on whole length of the wire. So I'll write here, if we will put some charge on wire, then that charge is extended uniformly all over the length of wire, as wire carry length. That's why charge is extended all over in the wire. So remember, if I'll put some charge on wire, then we know that the physical parameter of wire is length. So this charge will be uniformly distributed all over the wire. This charge cannot stick at single point. Remember this thing. If we'll put some charge on any continuous body, or we can say continuous mass, then the charge is distributed all over on its physical parameter. And we know, if I am taking a hollow sphere, then we know that the physical parameter of hollow sphere is area. So if you will put some charge on hollow sphere, then that charge cannot stick at a point. that charge will distributed uniformly all over the area of the hollow sphere. Similarly for disk, similarly for solid sphere, for each and every continuous body, this formula is valid. What we will find here, or we can say this concept is valid, how to find electric field due to continuous charge, or we can say continuous body. Now see, let's say the nature of charge is positive. The nature of charge is positive. Now dear student, this charge is distributed uniformly all over on the length of wire, because we know that wire carry length. So this charge is distributed uniformly. Now see, this charge is now not a point charge. This charge is now considered to be extended charge. But we know electric field due to point charge, it is kq by r square. It is kq by r square. Let's suppose we wish to find electric field at this point, which is r distance apart from this wire. We have to find electric field due to the charge present on wire at point P, which is r distance apart from the wire. We know the electric field due to point charge, it is kq by r square, as simple as kq by r square. Kq by r square is the electric field due to point charge, and if charge is positive then electric field is away from the charge, and if charge is negative then electric field is towards the charge. Simple. Come to the point. So we have continuous charge, that is charge present on wire, and we wish to find electric field at point P, which is r distance apart from this wire. And I will already tell you, if we will put some charge on wire, then that charge cannot present at only one point. The charge will be distributed uniformly all over on its physical parameter. Now you have to decide what is the physical parameter of given body. So we are taking wire, that's why I am saying that the charge is distributed uniformly all over on its length, because wire carry length. Now see, this is the formula for finding electric field due to point charge. This is the formula of electric field due to point charge. But we have extended charge. So what we will do, dear student, we know that the charge is present on length of wire. Charge is present on length of wire. So we know the value of electric field due to point charge, but in given situation we have not point charge, we have extended charge, because now charge is present all over the length of wire. So what to do? We only know the value of finding electric field due to point charge. So I will take a small length. See my dear student, please understand, small length dl. Consider a small length dl on wire. Now see, we know that this dl length is very small length. Very small length. It is also called elementary length. Now see, we know why we will consider length, because the wire carry physical parameter as length, and we know that the charge which is present on wire is on its length. So if I am taking dl length, then this dl length also carries some charge. I will write here dl length carry very small amount of charge, let's say dq. It is but obvious that wire carry physical parameter as length. So if charge is present on all over its length, and we are considering a very small length, then that very small length is also carry some charge, and if length is very small, then the charge which is present on that length is also very small. We will say dl length carry very small amount of charge, let's say dq. Now see my dear student, this dq charge will act like now point charge, because we are considering very small length. So I will write here dq charge acts like a point charge. Now see, if charge is very small, then electric field due to that charge, because now this dq charge will act like a point charge, and we know that the electric field due to point charge is kq by r square. But r charge is very small. So if r charge is very small, that is dq, then electric field due to this charge at point P is very small. I'll write here, due to dq, the electric field at any point P is also very small, that is dE. So what we'll write? dE is equals to k dq by r square. See what we'll do? We'll break the length of wire and we'll consider a small length. Why length? I am telling again and again, because the physical parameter of wire is length and the charge which is present on wire on its length. We have a circumstance, we have a constraint that we only know the value of electric field due to point charge, it is kq by r square. So what we'll do? We'll take very small length on wire. That small length carry very small charge, that is dq. And this dq now will act as a point charge. So we know due to point charge, electric field is kq by r square. But what it happened? The dl length carry very small charge, that is dq. So if charge is very small, then electric field at any point P is also very small. So I'll write dE. So dE is equals to k dq by r square. My dear student, now we wish to find electric field due to whole wire, but we know the electric field due to elementary length. So we know that if we have a small length value and we wish to find total length, we have to go for integration. So what we'll do? For net electric field due to whole wire, integrating both sides, very simple. So integration dE is equals to integration k dq by r square. So value of dE is E, it will be k dq by r square. Now see, this dq is small charge present on physical parameter of body. So if, now see, if we have a wire and due to that wire we wish to find electric field, then we know that, let's suppose we have a wire in which positive charge is present and we wish to find electric field due to this wire at point P, which is r distance apart, my dear student, then we know that this is not point charge, this is extended charge, and we have wire. So we know that the physical parameter of wire is length. So the small charge is present on its small length. So why? For finding dq charge, we have to consider small length on wire, that is dl. Remember this thing. For finding dq charge, small charge, you have to find first its small length dl, because wire carry length. What I am asking is, the formula for finding electric field due to continuous body is integration k dq by r square. If we are talking about dq, then dq is very small charge, elementary charge, and we know that if I am finding the electric field due to wire, then we know that the wire carry length and this small charge dq is present on its length. So for finding dq, you have to first find its small length dl, then that dl length carry the amount of charge called dq charge. Similarly, if you have area, let's suppose if you have hollow sphere, then we know that hollow sphere carry area. So if you have hollow sphere which carry area and you wish to find electric field due to this hollow sphere at any point P, then we know that if I am putting some charge on hollow sphere, then that charge is distributed uniformly all over its area. So now this charge is not a point charge. The charge which is present on hollow sphere is categorized in continuous charge, and we know that for continuous charge the value of electric field is integration k dq by r square, where dq is small charge. So for finding dq in case of hollow sphere, you have to first find its small area, that is dA, because the charge on hollow sphere present on its area. So for finding small charge in case of hollow sphere, you have to first find its small area, that is dA. Similarly, if we are talking about solid sphere, we know that solid sphere has physical parameter in terms of volume. So if you wish to find small charge on solid sphere, that is dq, you have to first find its small volume dV, because we know that the charge present on solid sphere is on its volume. So if you wish to find electric field due to solid sphere, and we know that electric field due to continuous body is integration k dq by r square, or we can say electric field due to continuous charge is integration k dq by r square, and we know that this dq is elementary charge. So for finding elementary charge dq in case of solid sphere, you have to first find its small volume, that is dV, because we know that in case of solid sphere the charge present on its volume. So for finding a small charge, you have to first find small volume. Similarly, if you have disk, we know that the physical parameter of disk is area. If you are putting some charge on disk, then that charge is distributed uniformly all over on its area, and we know that if we are talking about charge on disk, then that charge is not point charge, that charge is continuous charge, and we know that electric field due to continuous charge is integration k dq by r square, where dq is small charge. So if we are talking about disk, then we know that disk carry area. So if charge is present, then that charge must present on its area. So for finding small charge dq, you have to first find its small area, because the charge is present on its area. I hope you all are getting my point. Similarly, in case of slab carry area. So if slab carry area, then we know that the charge which is present on slab is continuous charge. And if charge is continuous, then we know that the electric field due to continuous charge is integration k dq by r square, where dq is small charge. So this is the formula for finding electric field due to continuous charge. You have to remember the process for finding electric field due to point charge, otherwise it is not so much difficult to find electric field due to point charge, because it is very similar to the topic called rotational motion, in which you will find the center of mass of ring, center of mass of rod, center of mass of solid sphere, center of mass of hollow sphere. This topic and that topic are very similar, but still I am asking, remember electric field due to continuous charge. And what is the meaning of continuous charge? It is charge present on continuous body like hollow sphere, solid sphere, disc, wire, rod, ring. So I hope you all getting my point, how to find electric field due to continuous body. First of all, you have to find its physical parameter, then on the basis of physical parameter find its small value of physical parameter on which small charge is present, then put it in formula E is equal to integration k dq by r square. Integrate it, you will get the formula. Now write down our next heading, that is electric field due to wire. See, I am talking about wire. Now we know that wire carry charge on its length, so we are talking about electric field due to extended charge. So electric field due to wire having linear charge density on wire is lambda. My dear student, now we know that if wire carry physical parameter in terms of length, then the charge is in terms of linear charge density, because we know that the physical parameter of wire is length. That's why I'll write here electric field due to wire having linear charge density on wire is lambda. We have given that the linear charge density on wire is lambda. Now see, wire is basically categorized into three types, my dear student. I'll write here, wire is categorized into three types. What types are they? I'll explain you and why we are categorizing wire into three types. See, wire consists three variant. First is finite length wire. First type of wire is finite length wire. Second type of wire is infinite length wire, and third type of wire is semi infinite length wire. So we have three different types of wire. First is finite length wire, second is infinite length wire, and third is semi infinite length wire. I categorize what actually finite length wire is, what actually infinite length wire is, and what actually semi infinite length wire is. In next class we'll discuss what is finite length wire, what is infinite length wire, and what is semi infinite length wire. So thank you so much, dear student. In next class we'll find electric field due to finite length wire, due to infinite length wire, and due to semi infinite length wire. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe.